Ooh. Na, 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 na.
Free advertisement.
Na, 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 na. I promote it to my list and all. I've got like 4,000 people on my profile.
That's awesome. Congratulations on growing your list. My largest list for one of my e-coms was like 50,000 plus.
All right.
Before I sold it.
Awesome. It looks like we're live. I'm going to make a watch party real quick.
In a good mood this morning. My son did a YouTube video. We did a snow video for my son wants to do YouTube EJCK4, and it's like snow disaster because it went totally wrong, and he like totally flew over the safety barrier, and I completely freaked out. And it's actually like mini viral. It's the most viewed since we've ever posted a video. It's getting a lot of views. We just got back from the snow.
That's awesome. Well, let's jump into it. What's up, virtually limitless entrepreneurs? I'm here with Lisa Kuntze. Why don't you go ahead and tell everybody what you do and why you do it for the people who don't know you?
Jesus, well, thank you so much for having me on, Trey. I'm super excited to be here. I am really into mompreneurship, and it really started when I got into e-commerce, and that started from a digital agency. As soon as I had my son, I was like, oh my God, I love him so much. I do not want to be at work. I want to be with him and like make money around him and like around my life, like passive income. So I just was like, I don't know how it's going to work, but I'm going to try it out. So I started a digital agency, and I was like, dude, I can make them money. I should be making myself more money selling stuff online. So then I got into e-commerce, and I was like, well, I'm just going to, dive in and see how it goes. And in the first month, we did $5,000 in sales on my first shop. And then the second month, I doubled it to 10 grand. And then it just kept rolling with it, right? And I was like, well, if I could do low ticket drop shipping, I want to do high ticket, because why not make a fatter margin, right? So then
Absolutely.
I went straight into high ticket drop shipping. I was like, dude, I got to start teaching moms this, because my friends were like, why does your phone keep going to-ching while we're at the playground? I'm like, because I'm making money. I am making money while I'm hanging out with my kids, and I'm getting to travel. I'm getting to have fun with my life. You know what I mean? So and then I made my course, MommyCom, Mompreneur Mentor. And I was like, man, I really like seeing these women's lives change. Like, I love seeing moms have that freedom of income. So, and then I was like, well, man, now I'm just having fun at this point and sharing my experience and helping other women and moms kind of get to that passive income e-commerce goal. So now I'm just kind of positioned as kind of an expert, because, I've been there. And then I was like, if I could sell these people's products, I got to patent and make my own. So I hooked up with Laura Bloomfield. She's awesome. She does Dreamers, Makers, Doers. And Kevin Stephen Quinn. We're all putting out a book this month, Air Fryer Secrets. Great for beginning entrepreneurs who are trying to get started. But she got me helped on our first product, and now I'm a female founder of another corporation. I sold the other corporation, and we're launching our own physical product, and I'm still keeping the mompreneurship mentor mogul thing going, because I really want to inspire other moms, because the freedom of my time and the extra money, like for my family, it's been huge. It's given us so much freedom, like to travel and buy our first house, and especially in California, it's spendy out here. So that's in a nutshell. It's like going watered down.
That's awesome. So what were you doing before you started your agency?
Oh my gosh. So I was a student, which doesn't pay. It was getting my bachelor's in psychology. And I thought, well, it's going to take me, 4 more years to get a PhD to make very little money sitting with clients and helping people all day. So I want to help people, you know?
Yeah.
So my heart was at. And then I had a side job. So when my husband wasn't working during the week at his business, it's not a business, he's employed. But at his job, I was working on the weekends at like Costco doing the food samples. I was the cool food sample lady, you know, and I was just like, and then I was like, dude, this is not sustainable, you know. I gotta be around with my kids. I gotta be able to grow my income massively without a lot of man hours or time away from my family. So
Absolutely. Do you feel like that degree carried over into what you were doing?
definitely, it played a huge role in like the organic process of my growth, because I had this internship for the Academy of Mindful Psychology, and they didn't teach me anything about mindfulness, but they wanted me to do their digital marketing. So
Yeah.
it taught me digital marketing. So as soon as I got my bachelor's and I was like, okay, and I had my son, I was like, I want to work from home. I immediately had a skill. I could take the local businesses and then sell it and so I retained their services and their monthly retainer fee, but I outsourced the work overseas
Yeah.
so that I can be free on my time. And I've built a team, and it's been very much a blessing. So I look back, I didn't realize that. So I encourage all entrepreneurs, like, if you're presented with an opportunity, it didn't pay at the time. I was a free internship. My husband was like, you're crazy putting all this time into this internship. Like, what are you getting out of this? You're getting nothing from this. And I was like, dude, I feel it. Like, I can feel it in my gut. There's a reason that I'm doing this. And there was, it was my, you know, my learning curve. So I could get into my agency, hop into e-commerce, hop into mentorship, and now hop into my own products, female founder. I'm actually going into the Founders Institute, which is huge. It's in Silicon Valley. We start in January, and we get to partner with people like NASA and
That's awesome.
technology. So there are serial entrepreneur mentors that have massive startups, like from Udemy and all the really big corporations now. They'll be mentoring me to launch my next startup company and get funding. It's a pre-seed accelerator. I encourage entrepreneurs to look into it if they want to massively overcome the learning curve. Being a solopreneur, I found, was much harder than collaborating and getting co-founders working together.
If you're literally just out there by yourself, you only eat what you kill. And if you're only moving alone, then it's kind of hard to keep up with that.
Yeah, it is. And then it's harder to grow. You have to grow your team. Like my favorite VA, she's been with me from like the dawn of my digital time. She's like my other brain. She's my other hand. And as a mompreneur, you totally need to hack your life like that and think like a CEO. So I've completely learned how to outsource and maximize my time from like chores, errands. I literally outsource vacuuming to a robot. You know what I mean? You got to be maximum efficiency if you want to be a great life balance, but you have like your passive income, your mom time, build capital. So that's when the air fryer book launches this December. That's my whole chapter. It's parentpreneur lifestyle hacks.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And it has, go ahead.
Let's talk about the air fryer secrets a little bit. What are some of those parentpreneur hacks?
So one of the biggest ones is errands. So a lot of mompreneurs just don't even get started because they don't realize how they can maximize their time. And a lot of women today still feel, and it's kind of on the men too, but I feel like a lot of men are doing, 50-50. If we're going to both work, we should both be splitting the house chores. And I'm a boy mom and I have all boys, right? So I was like, I'm not going to sit around and do all these errands so I can't grow a company and, you know, provide income. So big thing was, how do I outsource errands? So the first thing I look towards when scaling a company, which includes, I look at my life as a company, is technology. Like the cheapest way, like if I can outsource it to a robot or an app or something, like minimal overhead cost, right? So I got the Shipped app. It's super cheap, and it's like I can get my groceries delivered same day. I don't have to go with my screaming toddler into the store. I maximize my time, right? Carpool. I don't have to take my kid to the school or pick him up. Someone just picks him up on the way. It's on their way. They're friends, and he'd rather ride with them than me anyways. It saves me like 15 hours a week that I can then put into my business. But most moms or parents are like, oh no, I got to do it all myself. I'm like, dude, you can't, if you try to do that, you can't grow a business. You'll be stressed out. You won't have, you know, the time to put into the business. You'll be trying to do it while everyone else sleeps. You won't be able to do self-care, which is another huge parent, like you have to take care of yourself. You know, you have to teach your kids to be autonomous too, because like a lot of my friends, they wake up in the morning, they make this big breakfast, they do all the clean dishes. It takes 4 hours of their day. I have taught my 7-year-old to wake up autonomously, take care of his hygiene, make his breakfast, do his reading, do his chores. He's part of our working team unit. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. And I have time to then do my meditation, get my mindset right for my business, for my family, so I can be my best potential self. And he can be his best self and be autonomous as much as possible. And some people are like, oh my God, how could you do that as a mother? And I'm like, dude, what if something happened to me? You know, at least he can take care of himself. He can fry himself an egg, like, you know, and he can get himself ready. He can get his backpack ready. You know, he has a ride to school. I'm outsourcing and getting things streamlined in your pipeline for your real life will help you in your entrepreneur life. So that's a big parentpreneur hack is starting in the home and in the life. Like, what can you outsource so you don't have a messy home all the time, because it's totally unconducive to work if you're surrounded by chaos. Just, you know, I have my kids do chores. They're part of the company, you know, we're a family company. They have to earn their keep. You know, I have my robot do the vacuuming. We have, you know, set things in place. And I do have a list of resources, my favorite apps for like ships, grocery delivery, and all these different apps and things that really help with automating processes. I'm sure you know about automation, like, yeah. Especially when it comes to digital marketing. Automation is such a time saver.
Absolutely. So it's really just all about efficiency for you.
Yeah. Yes. I maximize efficiency, especially time efficiency and life in general, because we're able to really enjoy our life, which is a hard concept for people. People are awakening to this, but to wrap their head around, like, I don't have to work a 9 to 5. I don't have to like struggle and do all this stuff myself. Like, I can use technology to efficiently maximize my time to have like serious quality time with my family, you know, and that's why we get to travel so much. I was just telling you about my YouTube. I sent it in to America's Funniest Home Videos because it's that funny. We're all like, you know, going up the snow tube hill and I'm recording. And another time is monetize your actual life. Like this podcast, bro. Like so we just take videos and pictures of our life, and that on it, like, you got to make yourself a presence no matter what business you're growing. If you can position yourself as a presence that people are interested in, there's no avenue an entrepreneur shouldn't attempt, even if it's not making income right from the get-go. Like, people are like, oh, I don't want to be an influencer, I don't want to start a podcast, it's going to take forever. Well, no, it won't. And if you monetize that, if it does grow a following, you have just another source of passive income, which is great thing about Air Fryer Secrets. And so we are basically monetizing our travels and fun now that we're having. I'm going up the hill with them, talking about, gravity, and then reviewing Tahoe. And then we go down the slope and just complete disaster. My son flies over the safety barrier and I'm freaking out. It's hilarious. So we'll see if we get on America's Funniest Home Videos. But yeah, if you guys are interested in Air Fryer Secrets, my YouTube Mompreneur Mentor has an entire playlist. I'm interviewing all of the Air Fryer Secrets co-authors, and some of them have like monetizing podcasts. Like Evans Putnam monetized his podcast and made like $500,000 in a couple of months. Like after he was like at the brink of broke and going starving, like how do I support my family? And then he just launched this podcast and it was a massive success. You know what I mean? So that interview is also on my Mompreneur Mentor YouTube, and his story is great. You should have him on the show, Trey.
Absolutely. He's actually already scheduled.
That's awesome. Yeah. I love all the
I linked up with Angie, and she introduced me to me and a bunch of y'all.
Oh, Angie is so cool. I love that woman. So she does Roku TV. So after I did her Air Fryer Secrets interview for the Air Fryer Secrets YouTube playlist on my Mompreneur Mentor channel, she was like, oh my gosh, do you want to be on my Roku TV channel? I was like, yes, definite yes. So I'm not a no person. I don't overthink. Like if I get presented with an opportunity, I'm like, I'm organically being led to my next evolution. I'm just like, I don't overthink it. If it's a mistake, I'll learn from it. As an entrepreneur, if you're going to be limitless, you can't just say no to new opportunities. That's how we learn and grow. If you fall on your face, so what? That's how you learn and grow as an entrepreneur. Let yourself hit yourself in the face, right? So I'm like, yes, and it's turning out great. Me and Angie have we're rebranding, so it's the Expert Entrepreneur Experience, EX3. It's called the Exprenurience. I'm really excited.
That's cool. So real quick, before I forget, I'm gonna go back just a hair and touch on and I want to touch on thinking like a CEO. What exactly do you mean by that?
So as a C-level executive, I think of it, my friend Laurel Bloomfield also opened my eyes to this. It's a creative position. So instead of, chief, I think creative level. So you're really the innovator, the idea person. And so for me, I'm thinking, how can I be most efficient to lower my, my input to get the maximum output? Just like an algorithm, right? So if you're thinking of computer algorithm, I want to put in the least effort. We want to put in the least resources, the lowest cost. And this is what venture capitalists want too. If you want to get funding from venture capitalists, they want the least input for maximum output. They want nonlinear exponential growth. So I'm thinking about my life like that, right? Like how do I be the CEO of my life and be creative and think about how I can put in, the least time, energy, resources and get the maximum output. And usually it's by creating capital absorbing capital that creates passive income. And you can do that through multiple channels and things. And it's all the levels below you. That is your support. That is your foundation. So starting in your very small social or family unit, you got to build that strong. Like you got a strong family foundation unit. If your foundations are not strong as a CEO for your company of life, it's going to crumble, and you don't want the rug pulled out from your feet when you're like just getting to the top, right? You got to make sure as a CEO, you also, all your finances, you can't run out of money. That's one of a CEO's number one jobs. So I always say, make sure as a CEO of your life, have multiple streams of income. So if one drops off or fails, you've got another one coming, you're totally good. And have people like on your team, especially with my husband and as having a partnership, it's very beneficial to have two people to get, multiple streams of income. I don't know. It's harder for single parents and people out there, but don't be discouraged. You can do it. But yeah, CEOs, be creative to be the most efficient, least input for maximum output. Biggest gains, highest return on your effort. You know, have a strong foundation that starts with your inner self and then grows to your family, your social circle, and then your business. And then, you know, finances. Make sure you never run out of money. You always have multiple streams of income, and you're bringing in capital that is an asset that will just create passive income. So you can continue to further create, innovate, and hopefully bring huge value to your audience or the people around you and just the company of your life.
That makes sense, and that's honestly like kind of a beautiful way to look at it. I never really thought to look at my personal life as an extension of my business, except like recently I've been noticing that it really, really, really is. Like everything I do, people look at now, everything. So I really do have to be that kind of CEO person all the time. People expect me to be on all the time. And that's kind of a cool way to look at it. I never really took it that far.
Yeah, well, it came with many, many years of thinking about it that way. And the fun part is, even if people expect you to always be on, a great example to set for people as the CEO of your life is to show them how beneficial it is to be off. So I find, just like the monks and gurus, I meditate regularly. I even got the Muse. It's super cool. I find that the less I do, like I'm trying so hard to control on things on the outside, the more easier it is if I just focus on the inside and my vision and things flow. You get into what they call quantum mechanics and flow state, where things flow much more organically. Instead of worrying, you take that away, take out the fear, put in the trust and the flow. And that's really what meditation has helped me achieve, and allowing yourself to accomplish everything by doing nothing. Again, the minimum input to get maximum output. So by having fun and not really being too concerned about the YouTube or the business with this YouTube video my son and I did, that's kind of like we just started the channel, and all of our other videos have maybe like 10, 20 views. This one in 3 days has 160 views, and the analytics are going like this. But we were just in the moment and present, and we were just like, our goal of growing his channel was accomplished just by being very authentic, having fun, recording, you know, uploading it. But again, I do have other eyes and arms. So my VA did the editing, you know, my VA put it up, she made it funny. So, you know, I did my part by enjoying and creating the content, being my authentic self. And then she made it look really fun and cool and enticing. We got the SEO in, we launched it, and now it's growing very well. And it was kind of like the path of least resistance. It's kind of a lifestyle when you try to learn to live. And so by minimizing the stressors with the outsourcing of like errands and, you know, family things, and really focusing and being able to be present and meditate, do your inner work, I've seen a huge output on my outer world. And I'm just like, whoa, this is amazing. And so you can set an example for people by showing them how beneficial it is to be off. And that's another thing I got from my good girlfriend, Laurel. So she's very much, you know, very, things just seem to like come so easy. She's like, you know what? I don't worry about things. I let it come as it comes, and, you know, do what I need to do. And then things just work out really well.
Absolutely. There is a huge amount of power in being able to sit back and just let things happen. And I want to kind of expand on something you said. Authenticity sells. Like, people want to know you. Like, people want to see your life. Like, if they know a little bit about you and you can build that trust by actually being authentic from you, they're going to keep buying from you and keep buying from you and keep buying from you, on and on and on and on. And there is authenticity is power when it comes to the internet world.
It really is. people get imposter syndrome bad. People get fear of judgment, you know, and I'm just like, I came to a point where I'm just like, well, when I'm inauthentic, it just doesn't work. You know, people can see through that. They can pick up on your vibes, you know, and you can't be anybody else that everyone else is already taken. Just be yourself, you know. That's why I loved it before we got on. You were like, and I don't care. This just be organic, be authentic, transparent. That is the way, and you'll get the maximum return in life if you are just authentic.
Absolutely. So if you had somebody that came to you right now and pretty much said, I want to make some money online, I want to be at home with my family, what would the first few steps you'd tell them to take be?
Well, I would tell them the best advice I could give them, I put into my MommyCom course. So my expertise is in digital agency and e-commerce, and now I'm going into the course space. But I don't feel like I never pretend to be an authority in something I haven't like done or monetized or been successful at yet. So I love drop shipping because it has extremely low overhead. So pretty much anyone can get into it. It's great for moms. So I would recommend my MommyCom free training. It's mommycom.com/free-training. You hear a little bit more about my story, and you learn about what drop shipping is and how to make it passive and how you can just build sites. And then my course is a step-by-step action, so you can kind of beat the learning curve. I do recommend, if they're not into e-com or digital agency, that they should get a mentor to whatever they are interested in. And so if you buy the Air Fryer Secrets book, 60 chapters, it gives you 60 ideas of how to make money online or optimize your life, right? So that'll give them a bunch of different authors and ideas if they want to be their own solopreneur, mompreneur, and start out that way. And then each chapter has an offer at the end. There's my little guy. Yeah, bud. But anyway, and they can then, it's free, but they can then purchase at the end a mentor, and you'll just save so much time if you skip the learning curve. A lot of people are afraid to spend $1,000 on a course, and it's hard because there are a lot of people out there selling garbage. But if you really do your due diligence, because I've been ripped off for thousands of dollars online, you know, outsourcing. The digital world is really the wild, wild west.
Definitely.
But do your due diligence and find a mentor or a group that you can learn and get past your learning curve. Join the community. Like, say you don't want to go into e-com or digital agency, and you're like, I want to do podcasting. Find a podcasting Facebook group. Educate yourself. Start following podcast media. You know what I mean? Like, you have to start learning and surround yourself with the entire culture and immerse yourself in it. And so when it's showing up on your feed, you're being subconsciously programmed to be like, oh yeah, this is how I'm built. I want to build a podcast. It'll help you get into the habit and the mindset if you surround yourself with that media on your social media and your friends networking group, on wherever, and get a mentor, buy a course from someone who's, you know, very legit, do your due diligence. And that's what I recommend if they're not interested in MommyCom or digital agency, or even check out I got a YouTube channel. It goes over the Air Fryer Secrets and a bunch of different business routes you can take. So I like drop shipping and digital agency because it's very low overhead, but a lot of online businesses have low overhead.
Yeah.
You can get started right away. And I just saw that those were able to be monetized, you know, really fast. And I didn't know how to like monetize a podcast. So if they wanted to monetize a podcast, talk to Evans Putnam, you know? So yeah, there's just a million ways. And don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Just start getting into it. Hey, baby, you want to say hi?
Mom.
What's up, bud?
He's gonna be shy. This is my redhead, Ethan. This is
Awesome.
our friend Trey.
What's up, bud? You're on the Virtually Limitless show.
You're on TV. So yeah, that would be my advice. Just immerse yourself in it. So, you know, you stay motivated, you stay passionate, see people's success stories, and know that they can do it. You can do it. It's totally possible. And mindset is huge. So, okay, another question. He's got another question for us.
Definitely. So if you could go back and have a conversation with yourself before you ever got started, what would you make sure you knew and understood?
Don't worry about the money. It'll come. Like if you put your work in. So a lot of times I feel like I held myself back. I'd say, don't worry about the money and have faith in your growth track. So when I sold my corporation and all my .coms, when I had the feeling that I wanted to sell them, I should have sold them at their peak when I wanted to do it. Hey. But I didn't follow that gut instinct, so I had to sell them for less than their value because I held on a little too tight. I didn't just have faith and let it go so I could grow. But I think those happen for a reason, those periods of our life, so we can learn from them and then teach others about them. So
yeah, I know. We can teach that right now.
Are you ready to go? What time are we on?
What about you, bud? What played into your success?
What plays into your success, Ethan? He's just
an awesome mama mentor.
Yeah, he's just really cute.
Just 3,000, just 3,000.
He's already got YouTube shows.
That's awesome.
Yeah, like, and he's just so cute and funny that people actually do watch him.
I got YouTube shows. My buddy EJ.
Yeah, my son EJCK4. Also, if you have kids, I mean, a lot of people, this is very controversial, but I don't feel fear about putting them online because I feel like teach them entrepreneurship, you know? And I'm not really teaching them about trying to make money. They're just being
not like money?
Yes. I'm teaching them about being them authentic selves and making their life into content so that relax, bro. So that in their future, they might already have platforms. What's that kid's name who did the Ethan? Who did he did over 1 million? Caleb Maddox.
That's yeah. I think that's it.
Yeah. So I was like, dude, that's genius. I want my kids to be set for life by 18, like, and not taking my retirement. I want them to pay for their own college. We don't want to touch the camera, silly.
Absolutely. So. What do y'all have what do you two have going on, and what's the best way to see more of y'all?
So right now I'm doing mommycom.com. Here, baby, let me go put him down for 2 seconds. Hey, mommy finish, and then we're gonna go play, okay?
Mom,
yes.
Something happened to the TV of me.
Okay, I'll be back in 2 seconds. We're gonna go 5, 4, 3. What did you do? Okay. All right. I'm coming back online. All right. Thank you all for your bearing with me as I'm live and off. That's part of being a mompreneur, multitasking. I only save TV time because I'm weird about digital media for when I'm on podcast or live. It works really well because I'm like, yeah, you get your TV time, I get work done. Oh, and I love working at the gym. I do a lot. I've closed 5-figure deals while burning calories on wheels. I call it work fit, but it's like my kid's being social. He's not in front of the screen. I get emails done. I get YouTube videos done. You'll see a lot of my YouTube videos. I'm on the treadmill talking at the gym. I'm multitask, right? Time efficiency max. And I'm also getting endorphins, being healthy, burning calories, my kids having fun. And it's super low overhead, way cheaper than a nanny, way cheaper than childcare. And I don't have to commit to putting him in a certain time. It's very flexible. So I can go to the gym and like have him have his fun if I have a meeting scheduled, like whenever I want, you know what I mean? So that's one of my biggest parentpreneur lifestyle hacks. I can't believe I forgot that one. But so what I have going on now is we are doing MommyCom, moms teaching moms. And well, you don't have to be a mom, but the course is scheduled like, it's funny, okay? So I try to make it really funny and in the niche of moms. So it talks about like giving birth to your baby. Like, so it's like, it's outlined as like you're giving birth to a child, kind of. You know, so mommycom.com, and you can check that out if you go to mommycom.com/free training, or you can check out my Mompreneur Mentor channel if you're interested in online business. That's on YouTube. So if you go to YouTube and you just type in Mompreneur Mentor or Lisa Kuntze, my channel will pop up. I'm doing the book. We're doing Roku TV channel. It launches next month, 2020. And it is the Exprenurience, the Expert Entrepreneur Experience, EX3, and that will bring you value. We're going to be interviewing, Trey, you should come on. We're going to be interviewing, people. Yeah, you can promote. We're going to be interviewing entrepreneurs so they can not only promote their offers and their value and their business, but they can also inspire other entrepreneurs on that Roku TV channel. Plus, so it's kind of a bonus, right? So not only if you subscribe to the channel, will you get to plug yourself and put yourself out to our large audience on Roku TV, but you'll also get all the massive value that all the other entrepreneurs provide. So it's really a win-win. So I highly am very excited with Angie Norris. She's just fabulous. I mean, the logo, I love it. Exprenurience is just like the funniest word. It's all three words combined. And we're going to do Feeling Tipsy, little segment where it's like entrepreneurs give their tips while having cocktails or something. Yeah, and then we're going to do, we'll have a segment with all the books that are best, like that have massive value. They're like, okay, but they're easy to digest, you know? Because entrepreneurs, I mean, this is why podcasts and YouTube, these forms of information media are just so much easier to digest than reading. And I know they say CEOs read like 60 books per year, and Tai Lopez like popularized it, but if you're an entrepreneur like me, you're thinking so fast, and I like to multitask. I feel like if I'm reading, I'm just doing one thing. If I'm listening to a podcast, I can listen to my podcast, get my entrepreneur education, and cook dinner at the same time. But then when I sit down to eat, that's another parentpreneur hack. Like, I make really close bonding, intimate times with my family during our family routine. So like dinner time is sacred, one-on-one, face-to-face attention, bonding. Bath time is no technology, very close, bonding with the kids, or, bedtime routine, and our travels. So it's really about life balance and thinking about your entrepreneurship is your whole life in a holistic thing. It's not just your business, and you can monetize your life in so many ways. Like, just about the recommendations you make, right? So I recommend a lot of parentpreneur resources and hacks. You can find them at mommycom.com/entrepreneur-resources. And that is great value for you. They're all affiliate links though. So it's like, but they give the person who clicks that link, you get a special bonus. So like if you use my link for ship, you get extra money. They give you free money. Plus I get money. It's win-win-win. And I'm being compensated for my value knowledge about outsourcing grocery as a parentpreneur. So you don't have to go nuts in the store. Like, I mean, the one YouTube video I did with Ethan, it was grocery time with Ethan. We came for just a Gatorade. And then it's like, we came for Gatorade. This is why I use Shipped app. And there's this long video of him like, oh, wait, I want this. And oh, wait, no. And it's like, it's called Grocery Time with Ethan, but it's hilarious. So I thought, this is hilarious. I need to videotape this portion of my life and monetize it. And then it becomes very organic how you can make passive income. Again, being authentic, being kind of the CEO of your life. And now it's a YouTube video and it has our Shipped affiliate link. And I'm like, this is the best way to describe to people in a funny, entertaining way that's like really good media to digest, but why I love Shipped. And it provides not only value to the viewer in terms of like intrinsic hilarious because it's entertaining, and now they have a tool to outsource grocery shopping, but it also, that value comes back to me with my affiliate link with views on the YouTube channel. It's a whole holistic ecosystem. And once my brain got around that big picture of life as a business, or like monetizing life, and you are the CEO of your life, it really changed my mindset.
Yeah, that's an incredible way to look at it. Well, I know you're busy and you've probably got more stuff to do. Thank you so much for your time today. That was honestly a lot of incredible life hacks. Like that's that I hadn't really thought of.
Yeah, it's the life hacks are so important. My favorite one definitely has to be outsourcing errands and the gym, because I just get massive amounts of work done while like getting endorphins, and my kids are happy in the kids club. It's just so great. I mean, I've literally talked to Fortune 500 vice presidents and landed them as partners at the gym. I've sold I've like answered my customer service phone like, oh, hey, thanks for calling relaxedandridebikes.com. Because you can do your 800 number through your phone. And if I didn't have my people overseas answering, it would go to my cell phone. So I'd be selling stuff while working out, while my kids socializing and playing. And
it's awesome.
Yeah, it's those are my two favorite. I call it Work Fit. It's on my Instagram too, at Mompreneur Mentor. I have a little Work Fit highlight. You can see my evolution, and I got in shape.
It's awesome. That's a huge life hack. You got healthier, you found more time, and you closed more deals.
Yeah, and then I even use it as like a studio to record, because I feel like these days on YouTube, like you don't have to have a big fancy setup. It's the content that matters. It's the content that people care about.
Definitely.
And it's really authentic. But I really thank you for bringing me on the podcast, Virtually Limitless. This is like that. If you want to get virtually limitless, hack your life, be the CEO of your life, people, and monetize every drop of it.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for spending the time with me.